Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. In the era when physical mixtapes and rap DVDs ruled the streets,
I always say, like, when you look at Jim Jones, those are like two, he had the dream team with them. Max B and Stack Bundles, jeez. Man, rest in peace to Stack.
Stack Bundles was climbing fast, shining like the next big name before the world even caught on. His rise felt explosive, but his journey got cut short right when he was...
Basically, I was grinding. Shout out to Lupe Fiasco. It's my nigga. He really taught me a lot about the music shit or whatever. That's the first company I was signed with, first from 15th Era stuff.
Yeah, Stack Bundles. I was Stack Bundles when he first started. He came out to Chicago. He's living with me for like a year.
Finally breaking toward national spotlight. Back then, the mid-2000s rap game was a whole different battlefield.
From Chi-Town, I was out there with Kanye West working with niggas grinding and shit like that.
It wasn't polished or safe. Artists were known long before they were paid, and your reputation carried more weight than any check. Word of mouth, street buzz, and who stamped you meant...
You lose a left eye like T.L. Some shit he said, some wild nutty shit, you hear me? You know, Stack mouth was crazy, you hear me? Yeah. And then his verse stood out, because I think he went last. He went crazy on that shit, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, who's that nigga, you hear me?
Everything. And Stack was playing that game better than most. His freestyles had the block buzzing, his mixtapes moved like heat, and he became one of the standout voices under Jim Jones's Bird Gang movement.
Well, listen, I'm flossing and they asking why. This little bastard fly. Without leaving Queens, I'm getting in 19.5. Do the math, I do a half in balls, a half a day. Ball out with half and then I stash the other half away. I rap now, dog, I'm trying to put my past away.
The grind for a mid-2000s rapper was a lot different. It was a lot less pretty. A lot of times artists in that era were famous before they were rich. Word of mouth, attention, and who you knew was currency in those times. And Stack Bundles was
Even getting tracks in with Lil Wayne had people saying he was next. But with his shine came jealousy.
Rock is the epitome of the hood. Like, we got nothing. We ain't got a movie theater. We ain't got no malls, no nothing. Ain't nothing but Guns N' Roses out there. So it is what it is. Like, what I'm doing is basically impossible. We ain't never had nothing. No basketball niggas. If you do your history, no football players, none of that shit. We ain't had nothing. So I'm like...
Bitterness and quiet hate from people around him, turning Stack Bundles into one of hip-hop's biggest what could have been stories. Raekwon Elliott, known everywhere as Stack Bundles, came out of Far Rockaway, Queens, raised in the Redfern projects.
We brought Ye and the Arista to showcase for L.A. Reid, right? And like Stack Bundles was sitting there, motherfucking. So imagine it's me, Stack Bundles, and Kanye, L.A. Reid in the office, and Ye fucking died. And when he left, when he stopped, L.A. was like, yo, you should stick to making music. You stick to making beats.
Something that jumps out early in his story is how hungry he was to be somebody, to make something real happen for himself, even when he was young.
What went wrong with the deal that he signed with you guys?
I don't know what went wrong. So, just like any other artist, it wasn't happening the way he wanted it to happen. So, I was at Def Jam at the time. Why the fuck is he signed to Def Jam? You know what I'm saying? That's how he's probably thinking. So, and then I tried to bring him in, but it didn't work out. I tried to bring Stacks in through Def Jam, but it didn't work out.
He wasn't just drifting. He was pushing towards something with purpose. Most people remember him as the slick-talking rapper with...
I mean, I was running around. We kept meeting each other in clubs. I was doing what I'm doing. He doing what he's doing and shit. So then when he got a situation, when he got an opportunity at Asylum with the Bird Gang deal, whatever, he reached out. Rest is history. Like, we just been putting it down from there.
Talent and swagger. But Stack actually started out dancing. As a kid, he was heavy into breakdancing, hitting moves before he ever touched a mic. That spark for performing was in him early, and it never left.
But when Hustler's Poem, Jim's first album, Stack was in the quarter, and me and Biggs went to the studio to hear it. Like, Jim told Biggs, yo, let's go come to the studio to hear the album. And Stack was in there, and I remember sitting talking with Stack, and I'm like, yo, man, I've been a fan of yours for years, like, and he was telling me, he was like, yo, like, this situation is great at pop, like, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me, Jim, like, you know, and that's when they played the record with him, Stack, and Wayne. They played that.
Yeah.
I told Stack, I said, dog, you out of here.
His switch from dancing to rap came after he was expelled from Far Rockaway High School and ended up going to school in South Jamaica, Queens.
Who is this? I like this young and I'm like, oh, that's the same young from the Babalu. And they be like, yo, he down with Desert Storm and all this type of shit. I'm like, well, guess what? Tell him pull up to the studio. I got a proposition for him.
Out there, he met a circle of teens grinding toward music and building their craft. One of those kids was a young Lloyd Banks, and seeing him and others chase rap inspired Stack to go even harder.
Niggas seem like, what? Leave the hood? I'm not scared of none of these niggas out here. Let's suck my dick. They don't say it. They don't mean offense when they say it. They don't mean for it to be a punk move. Yeah. They try to protect you. You're either gonna get harassed. The entire hood will know where you live. Every car you drive. You'll be in every conversation on every block. Just for peace of mind and for you to be able to function correctly and do your job correctly. If you're being successful and getting some money, you probably need to leave. Eventually you will need to leave. Do it. Not to say you can't come back or you can't fucking still have a crib there, but you won't be able to function out of there without bearing what comes with it. And that's what eventually happened to Stack. Stack was getting money. He started to look like money. His career was getting bigger and better.
Hearing his peers push made Stack think bigger. He didn't just want to rap. He wanted to be the one to put Far Rockaway on the map.
Basically, everything is my niggas. My niggas are my family. I couldn't live without it. Like, my niggas is what keep me grounded. Don't let my head get too big and keep me driven in these streets and keep me strong and focus on what it is that I'm supposed to do. My family and shit and trying to keep things in order and trying to open up different opportunities for my hood that ain't never had nothing. So I understand, like, basically the Far Rock, I'm what Nas was to QB or what Beans was to Philly. Like, I'm that first thing to the forefront.
His hood never had that national spotlight like Harlem or Queensbridge, and Stack wanted to change that with his own voice. By around 17, Stack was already building buzz as a local threat, spitting in battles, snapping in freestyle circles, and moving with his childhood friend Bino.
And so to answer your question, no sign, no contract. Stack was never signed to Birkin.
And even if it wasn't so glitzy and glamoury, when you on the outside looking in, it always looks 20 times bigger than what it may be. So it looked like that nigga might as well be Biggie Smalls or that nigga might as well be no sold a million records already.
Ambition had both of them chasing every angle possible to break into the game. By 18, Stack was rolling with a crew called GRITS, Greatest Rappers in the Streets.
All I ever did was try to help Stacks in all of his situations, and it's a fact. When we forged our relationship, I told him until he did a deal, I'ma hold my end of the deal up. I know what it takes, I know where you at in life and shit like that. So, and that's when I told him a closed mouth don't get fed, and I can't read your mind. Just remember that. You dig? So at any time and it's not going right for you, and I don't know about it, I won't know about it. So you gotta let me know. And God
he did,
bless.
I remember.
A group determined to break through no matter how hard the grind got. His first real shot came thanks to Funk Flex. Back in those days, rappers would literally stand outside Hot 97 hoping for a chance to get noticed.
I was about to buy Stacks, the Kid Max, and Melly a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them wanted to leave the hood. And I was not about to waste my money. And that was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that, right, Bass? We remember that. Shout out to Bass. I remember the conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you could go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, like, you heard, and you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly too. And Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that.
Waiting hours just to spit 16 bars. Stack pulled up with that same determination, and the wild part is it actually worked. When he finally got the chance to rap for Flex, he delivered with so much confidence and energy that people around the station were stunned.
So they really couldn't get a situation, the best situation that I needed. So after the contract was up, I just took my time to try to find my...
It was as if he came there to prove he belonged. As Stack's name grew, he started moving into rooms with bigger artists, and that brought new attention, good and bad. Opportunity came, but so did jealousy.
Mixtape circuit.
Like it just fell into place. Like Jim Max is an incredible artist. Max some whole other shit. Max beat some whole other shit, like his rhythm and blues. He got some whole other lane and shit. Jim had the streets fucking with him. Niggas fuck with the person. They gravitate to the person. Like the same way with me. When you meet me in the street, you realize, yo, that's the same nigga from the music. He really like that.
And the streets began to look at him different. Far Rockaway was his home. But as Stack's star rose, some people in the same buildings he grew up in started feeling left behind, feeling like his glow made their lives seem dimmer. That's when the energy around him started to shift. While most people celebrated his rise, a quiet group watched him with envy, feeling like his success came too fast or that he didn't deserve to shine without bringing everyone with him.
Stack Buns in the game. Stack Buns. Next guy, Desert Storm, newest artist. Good, man. Say what up to the people, Stack.
Stack Bundles, Desert Storm, Riot coming soon.
Stack Bundles, this album's coming.
So I came back home, got it popping, tore the streets up with the mixtape and shit, started fucking with Clue. Clue was owning the mixtape at one time.
And in places like Far Rock, these emotions don't stay quiet forever. They turn into tension. Despite all that, Stack never slowed down. He was in the studio non-stop, obsessed with the grind, barely sleeping some nights just to finish new verses. His friends said he practically lived in the booth, writing, recording, plotting his next move. He kept repeating, if I don't push myself, nobody else will.
So we get into the meeting, and I got a bag full of DVDs, CDs, clothes, the Stack Bundles, t-shirts, squad of t-shirts, and I hand it to Jim and Yandy. And Jim, first Jim dead, it says, I don't need that. I don't want that. I'm a fan already.
Oh, wow.
Stack looked and said, boom, I look. I said, oh, nigga said, I'm a fan already.
Nice.
We never played no music for Jim. He said, I'm a fan already. I know what it is.
And he lived by that every single day. His work with Bird Gang took everything up a level. Jim Jones saw Stack as the perfect balance of street energy and lyrical sharpness. Stack spoke like someone who lived the reality, but he delivered it with style and rhythm that pulled you in instantly. Fans saw him as the new spark in the crew, and industry eyes started paying serious attention. But Stack didn't just want to shine inside a group, he wanted to build his own legacy.
Stack wrote that.
Yeah.
People don't know that. People think that when like he would ask me like my input on it, like I helped him a little bit, but Stax wrote that record. Like that's like that's Stack's input. I know Max said that, you know, he wrote it, but I think Max was locked up when that record got produced.
He wanted Far Rockaway to be seen as more than just a neighborhood with struggles. He wanted it to be respected in the rap world. That ambition scared some people around him, especially those who didn't want to lose their position if Stack rose too high.
As far as, you know, him flaunting in the ghetto, like, we ain't used to having shit, man. When we get shit, you know, we don't know how to act, you know what I'm saying?
As he got more popular, Stack's relationship with his neighborhood became complicated. He loved Far Rockaway with everything he had, but the streets can twist love into danger when people start feeling threatened.
That's what it is, man. You signed a deal with Bird Gang or what, man? What's good with that?
Nah, like basically me and Jim just working and shit like that right now or whatever. We got some things in the work, but right now we just focusing on putting that Bird Gang album out.
Some saw him as a hero, others saw him as a reminder that their own lives weren't moving anywhere. His bond with Bino and Chinx made things even more intense. The three of them had real chemistry. Music, friendship, grind, all aligned. Fans were calling them the next movement out of Queens. Their energy was real and the city felt it.
Hey man,
Dennis.
Where you all from?
From Rockwell.
Rockwell, Queens. All right. What's your name, bro? Raekwon.
But that same energy also drew more eyes to Stack, and not all of those eyes wished him well. Even while he toured, recorded, and linked up with big industry names, he always came back home to Far Rockaway, and that became his biggest risk. The hood loved him, but it also held people who felt he owed them.
The Stack was going to Hot 97 like every day, like trying to get on. And then Flex had liked his name, started laughing, and told him to take his number and this dude named Keeson from Epic, Electra at the time, to go holler at him.
The word of mouth.
People who felt abandoned and people who simply didn't want him to grow past them. Loyalty in the wrong place can become a trap. As Stack's buzz got louder, the danger around him grew too. People started whispering, acting different, watching him closer. It wasn't paranoia. Stack really was rising too fast for some people's comfort. And the worst part is that the threat wasn't coming from outsiders. It was coming from people close enough to know his schedule. One night, after leaving the studio late, Stack drove home with new music done, new plans in his mind, and the belief that his breakthrough was finally here. But someone was watching him. Someone who knew exactly when he'd be home. Someone who moved like they'd been waiting for that exact moment. As Stack approached his building in Far Rockaway, he looked tired but proud. He was finally so close to everything he'd worked for. But just steps away from his door, everything changed. Stack Bundles was attacked in front of his own home, inside the same neighborhood he was trying to shine up and bring to the world.
The attack was fast, calculated, and cold. It wasn't random, and it definitely wasn't sloppy. Whoever did it knew what they were doing and where to be. This wasn't a street argument gone wrong, this was planned. Neighbors said they heard noise, but at that hour nobody understood what was happening. Only when the morning came did people realize the neighborhood star wouldn't be walking back into the studio again. The entire city froze. The news hit Far Rock like a punch no one saw coming. A rising star, a neighborhood icon, a voice full of promise, gone right where he lived. At first, people blamed the streets in general, but soon different questions started breaking through the silence. Why that night? Why that staircase? How did someone know he would be there at that moment? Why was everything done so quickly and so precisely? People who knew him best said the same thing over and over. This wasn't done by some stranger. This was somebody who knew Stack well enough to move exactly when he moved. And that truth is what hurts the most. Stack Bundles spent his career lifting his neighborhood's name, but the same neighborhood is where his story ended. It's tragic, chilling, and painfully symbolic. A talented artist who wanted to uplift everyone around him was stopped by the same environment he tried to represent. To this day, his name lives on as one of the biggest lost potential stories in hip-hop history. Stack Bundles could have been one of New York's biggest stars. He could have changed the sound of the city, carried Far Rock on his back, taken his team to the top. But instead, he became a reminder of how jealousy, loyalty, and the streets can collide in the worst way. And the saddest part? The person who took him away wasn't an outsider. It was someone close enough to know his movements, close enough to strike without warning, close enough to disappear back into the same neighborhood Stack loved so much. Big thanks for watching, y'all. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.